Hello and welcome to this week's Wednesday in the Word. We're carrying on our series looking at J.I. Packer's book, Knowing God. And toward the end of his book, Packer talks about the whole question of God's guidance over the Christian life. How, as followers of Jesus Christ, are we to follow in His will, according to His will? What's the whole question of guidance got to do with God's will for my life and how I'm meant to follow Him? Many times that question has been asked, and yet sometimes the answer can feel very confusing. But God in His Word has revealed to us very clearly what His character and His will are all about. So Packer mentions several places in the Bible which talk of how God's character and living according to His Word is indeed our guide. So, for example, Psalm 25. Good and upright is the Lord, therefore He instructs sinners in the way. He leads the humble in what is right and teaches the humble His way. Who is the man who fears the Lord? Him will He instruct in the way that he should choose. What that psalm beautifully captures is that tension between the fact that we have real choices as human beings made in the image of God, and also that the Lord works and guides those who will fear Him, who will put their trust in Him and say, I'm going to put you first, God. I'm going to obey you. Now, what does it mean, therefore, to enjoy God's guidance in light of that? Well, two or three things to say. First of all, we need to recognize that we will not, as Christians, be guided contrary to what God has revealed about Himself in His Word. So Packer makes this very important comment. The Spirit, that's the Holy Spirit, the Spirit leads within the limits which the Word sets, not beyond them. He guides me in paths of righteousness, so writes David in Psalm 23, but not anywhere else. That's so important for us to hear, because sometimes we will hear individuals say, well, the Lord led me to such and such a person to dissolve my marriage vows and go with someone else, when in fact we know that that is contrary to God's word. Or the Lord led me to lie in a certain kind of a way, or to do something which is contrary to His character. Somebody once put it to me this way: the term God's will is in fact actually quite a grey term in the Bible. Sometimes it can refer to His character, His revealed will, what we know to be true about Him. He is honest, He is good, He is full of integrity, He is always just and upright and faithful. Sometimes the term God's will refers to that. Sometimes it can refer to His plans, the specific plans He has and purposes He has for implementing those plans in people's lives. So a way of thinking about this is to ask ourselves a quite difficult and perhaps daring question. Is it God's will that Judas Iscariot betrays Jesus? Is it God's will that Judas Iscariot betrays Jesus? If we're thinking to ourselves, well, no, it's not, because that goes contrary to God's revealed character, we're exactly right. God does not enjoy betrayal or murder or injustice or someone being given up, an innocent man being killed unjustly. In that sense, it's not God's will that Judas betrays Jesus, because the cross is contrary to God's revealed character. It's full of sin, and yet it is very much in keeping with God's plan for salvation, isn't it? In that sense, it is exactly God's will that Judas betrays Jesus. Because when Jesus is betrayed, it is not out of God's control. So we need to recognize that those terms, God's will in terms of His character and God's will in terms of His plans, might at times be very different. it's fair to say that sometimes we get ourselves confused and think that one is in fact the other. How can we make sure that we're living according to God's will, according to his plans? Well, we need to make sure that we're living according to his word. Packer highlights how there are certain things that we can do to make sure that we're following the Lord, making sure that we're reading his word, thinking about what his word actually says, thinking ahead and planning ahead. That's not an unbiblical thing to do, provided that we're dependent and prayerful upon the Lord's leading and guiding as his Spirit prompts us. We need to be open to the advice of other people and what they will say, godly Christians whose advice we consider important. We need to recognize that we have our own feelings and we need to know ourselves, and also recognize that there are certain people we want to listen to and perhaps not listen to others, and therefore we need to recognize the magnetism of their personalities over and against our own desires. Packer highlights Psalm 139 in this respect. Maybe you could make this your prayer. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any grievous way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. The last thing that Packer advises is that we simply wait on the Lord. Those who wait on the Lord will have their strength renewed, says the psalmist. When we trust that God knows best and wait upon him, he will show us his way in his time. Packer concludes, guidance, like all God's acts of blessing under the covenant of grace, is a sovereign act. Not merely does God will to guide us in the sense of showing us his way that we may tread it, he will also guide us in the more fundamental sense of ensuring that whatever happens, whatever mistakes we may make, we shall come safely home. Isn't that a tremendous encouragement? God will lead us safely home. We will make mistakes. We will say stupid things. We will decide things which are wrong. And yet when we continually and ultimately put our trust in him, recognizing that he is the Lord and his way is always best, God will see us right. Will you trust him today? Let's pray we do. Gracious Heavenly Father, thank you that the Lord Jesus Christ's Spirit lives in us as we put our trust in you. Please would you help us, therefore, to trust in you afresh today. Thank you, Lord, for your revealed will, your word. Help us to live in accordance with that. Help us to make wise decisions in accordance with what you have shown us about you and your ways. And Lord, we pray that you would therefore very clearly lead us in paths of righteousness for your name's sake. Thank you, Lord, that your Spirit lives in us. Thank you, Lord Jesus, that you are our good shepherd. Help us to follow you today, we pray. Amen. Take care. God bless you.